in this lesson we're going to look at what's known as a loop and a half. So loop and a half uses a while loop, just like we have been doing for the last couple of projects. But this time, instead of putting a condition in here like while the user input does not equal their password or whatever, I'm just going to put true. Now what's going to happen here is that this loop is now an infinite loop. So I need to make sure that I can break this in some way. And what I want this to do is I want it to keep generating a random number until I finally get whatever number I'm trying to get. So this is actually going to teach a couple new things. Loop and a half, but this is also going to teach how we can do random numbers. So with random numbers, the way we get a random number is this. We do like var x equals math.floor math.random times whatever we want the max to be. So let's say I want to go up to 100. And let's see, I think that should have been, that should be parentheses there. There, so it's going to look something like this. Now I know this doesn't make a lot of sense right now. In the next video I'll talk about what math.floor does, what math.random does. I'll look at math.ceiling, math.round, etc. But basically this is what you'll use every time you want to create a random number. So now what I want to do is I'm going to create an if statement in here that says if x equals, let's say 25. So that's the number we're looking for. So if it equals 25, then we want to break our loop. This is what's known as a loop and a half, because we want this line to always run, regardless of whether it equals 25 or not, or whether it's true or false. We want this line to run. But then if it equals 25, now we're going to break out. And if we wanted to do additional things like down here, which let's go ahead and we'll create a counter down here. So let me come up here, say counter equals 0. Oops, I need var counter equals 0. And then let's say that each time it runs I want to do counter plus plus, so that I see how many times it takes to get 25. So this is going to keep running through that loop over and over and over again, running this, checking to see if it's 25. If it's not, comes back up here. Once it is, it'll break it and then jump out of this, and we can say alert, it took, and then I'm going to concatenate my counter plus tries. So what this is going to do, and I forgot my plus over here, that's why I'm getting an error. There we go. So I'm concatenating the string it took with the string tries with the number of tries on the counter. So if I run this, okay, it took me 14 tries. Let's refresh. That time it took 146 tries. Okay, let's try one more time, 85 tries, etc. So we're not seeing anything happen because it's all happening in the background, but that loop is running, infinite loop, until we get to 25, and then we're using this break statement to break out of that. So that is the concept of a loop and a half. Once it breaks out, then it no longer runs this line down here, but this line will always run until we get to that point. So that is a loop and a half. In the next video, I'll talk more about random numbers and some more math functions like floor, ceiling, and rounding.